At 80, the tragedy of Tom Selleck is beyond heartbreaking. Not because the beloved actor who once embodied rugged charm, wit, and American masculinity has suddenly lost his legacy, but because time itself has finally caught up with a man who seemed almost ageless on screen, and the reality of his twilight years reveals struggles far removed from the effortless confidence of Thomas, Magnum, or the steadfast integrity of Frank Reagan. For decades, Selleck was the face of television heroism. Whether he was cruising around Hawaii in a red Ferrari with his trademark mustache and Hawaiian shirt, or later commanding respect as the patriarch in Blue Bloods, a series that cemented him as a multi-generational icon to millions, he was not only a Hollywood star, but also a comforting figure, representing stability, honor, and humor. But behind the carefully guarded privacy of his ranch in Ventura County, California, the truth is more sobering. Tom's health has declined with age, his once boundless energy diminished by chronic issues that make it difficult for him to live as freely as he once did. Reports over the past few years have hinted at severe joint pain and back problems, the cumulative cost of decades performing his own stunts, long filming schedules, and the physical demands of a career defined by action and presence. Walking has become a challenge at times, and the vigorous outdoor lifestyle he loved working on his ranch, riding horses, and tending to his avocado farm has been interrupted by limitations that frustrate him deeply. What makes the tragedy of Tom Selleck so poignant is not only his health but also the way his career has inevitably slowed. Though Blue Bloods gave him a triumphant late-career resurgence, carrying him steadily into his 70s, even that role has faced rumors of cancellation as networks look for younger, fresher faces to appeal to modern audiences. Selleck himself has admitted that the grind of weekly television became increasingly difficult, with 12-hour days wearing down on his body, forcing him to think about retirement not out of choice but necessity. For a man who has always been defined by his work ethic and commitment to excellence, stepping back has been bittersweet, leaving him torn between gratitude for his career and grief at the realization that he can no longer do it forever. Financial speculation has also hovered around him, with some tabloids suggesting that maintaining his expansive ranch and lifestyle became a strain as steady acting income diminished. Though Selleck himself has never been one to complain publicly about money, preferring instead to live simply and away from Hollywood's flash. And yet, perhaps the deepest layer of tragedy lies not in career or health but in the emotional reality of aging itself. Friends and colleagues who once stood alongside him, fellow television titans of the 1980s and 1990s, have passed on, leaving Selleck increasingly isolated as one of the last standing giants of his era. The loss of contemporaries, combined with the physical slowing of his own life, has forced him to confront mortality in a way that fans rarely imagine when they look at his larger-than-life screen presence. In interviews, Selleck has often spoken of valuing family above all else, his wife Jillie Mack, whom he married in 1987, and their daughter Hannah, who followed her own path into equestrian sports. But even here the passage of time brings melancholy, as he reflects on the years lost to the demands of Hollywood and the desire to hold on to the present as tightly as possible. For fans, learning about the struggles of Tom Selleck is heartbreaking precisely because he has always seemed so steady, so strong, so eternal. He was the man who could chase criminals, charm women, stand up for justice, and deliver wisdom all in one breath. And to see him now slowed by age, hidden away from the spotlight, and facing the quiet struggles of health and time, is to be reminded that even our heroes are human. At 80, Tom Selleck's tragedy is not scandal or downfall, but the simple, painful truth of aging, the loss of vitality, the closing of chapters, and the quiet fading of a man who gave the world so much joy. And yet, within that heartbreak lies a certain dignity, because Selleck has chosen to face this stage of life the way he has always lived, privately, humbly, and with a quiet strength that ensures his legacy will endure long after the spotlight has dimmed.